Hello and welcome to day 1 of our 8-day journey of arm balances. Today is all about our hands and our wrists. So of course when we're doing our arm balances, we're doing a lot of weight bearing onto our hands. In fact, in most of these arm balances, all of our weight is going to be on the hands. So today we're going to go over a few exercises to both strengthen and stretch out the hands and the wrists. And then we'll also talk about kind of the proper way to plant the palms so that you're getting as much kind of activation from this whole chain of the arms as we can possibly get. So let's get into our practice here. We're going to start off seated. So make your way to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you today. Lifting your spine up nice and tall, and for now just relaxing your arms by your sides. So maybe your hands rest on your thighs, maybe down in your lap, whatever feels most comfortable for you here. Now your eyes can close if that feels safe and comfortable in this moment. Otherwise, maybe your eyes stay open, just a gentle, soft gaze in front of you. And taking a moment here to find your breath. Breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your nose. With each breath, inviting this softness into your body, relaxing the muscles of your face, the spaces around your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Relaxing all the way down to the tips of your fingers and your toes. And with your next inhale, please begin to drop your chin down towards your chest. As you exhale, slowly bring your right ear over towards your right shoulder. Feeling that stretch through the side of your neck. Take an inhale, roll your chin back through center. And exhale, bring your left ear over towards your left shoulder. Let's keep that going nice and slow. Inhaling your chin through center. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, coming through center. And exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Please keep this going at your own pace. Making these little rainbows with the head here starting to stretch through the neck. Now, if it feels comfortable for you, there's no pain, no strain. You can take this into full circles here, letting the head drop back. And taking a few rotations there all the way through the neck. Now, if you are taking those full circles, make sure to switch directions. Make sure you go both ways. Taking this nice and slow, staying with your breath. Now, all together, let's inhale, bring the chin back to the chest. As you exhale, bring your hands gently to the back of your head. Let your elbows get heavy as you draw your chin down slightly, just feeling that stretch through the back of the neck. And taking a breath in, lift your head back up, looking straight forward. Let's keep the hands behind the ears, send the elbows nice and wide. Take another breath in as you stretch through the chest. As you breathe out, bring the elbows in front of you, drop your chin. Inhale, open the elbows wide. Start to lift your heart, maybe lift your chin. As you exhale, tuck, bring the elbows together, maybe even start to round your spine. Again, inhaling, open. And exhaling, closed. This time as you inhale, come back to neutral, tall spine. With your exhale, bring your hands to the tops of your shoulders now. Then inhaling, drop the elbows down, come forward and sweep up. Exhale, bring the elbows back and down. Making big circles, inhaling to sweep the elbows forward, exhale back. Now, if you feel a lot of crunchiness in the shoulders here today, it might feel nice to kind of free up the arms a little bit more. Maybe sweep in some bigger circles here. Whatever feels best for your body today, please feel free to go there now. So as we really start to work with the hands and the wrists, this whole foundation of our arm balances, we want to make sure we get this whole chain of the arms from the fingers all the way up into the neck and shoulders. Beautiful. Start to slow down that movement through your shoulders. Let your arms get heavy by your sides once again. We're going to take this movement down into the wrists. So just starting to circle through the wrists. Keeping the fingers nice and relaxed, getting out any snap, crackle, pops here. Beautiful. And let's take another breath in here. As you exhale, shake the hands, shake the arms, let it go. Beautiful. When you're ready, hands come together in front of your heart, finding your prayer hands here. And just notice how it feels to really press the palms together, press your fingertips together. Notice how it feels if you take the elbows out a little bit wider here. Can you feel that on the wrists? And then drop the elbows down, notice that angle. And then again, start to lift the elbows up, pressing the fingertips together. And then let the elbows drop down. Now as you inhale, lift those elbows up, press the fingertips together. This time as you exhale, start to open your palms towards you. Pinkies together, thumbs out wide. Now we're going to roll to the backs of the hands as you bring your fingertips towards you, down towards the mat, and then pressing the backs of your hands together, push the fingertips forward. Now circling back to your palms, bring the thumbs together, and then bring the hands back to your prayer. We're going to smooth that out. So pinkies as the palms face you. Come to the backs of the hands, fingers go down, forward, and up as you come back to the palms. So making these rotations through the wrists, keeping the hands connected the entire time. Getting a little bit more of a stretch now through the back of the hand, the back of the wrist. Beautiful. Now, if you can, please switch directions. So taking the palms forward, down towards you, and then back to center. Beautiful. Now, when you feel good, when you feel ready, we're going to bring the hands back to prayer, palms together. This time, interlacing your fingers, send the elbows out wide, let the palms separate. And we're going to start to wave through the arms, starting to stretch out through the fingers here. So this probably familiar kind of dance move to you. Finding this wave all the way down from the elbows through the wrists. And again, if you want a little mind work here, you can try and switch directions. Beautiful. Now keeping those fingers interlaced, let's take an inhale to push the palms forward, then reach the arms up. With an exhale, reach your arms over to the left. Keep the hips heavy, find a little side body stretch. Keep pressing out through the palms here, especially through the thumbs. Let's take the next inhale to come back up tall through center. As you exhale, reach up and over to your right. Feel that stretch for the left side body. Beautiful. With your next inhale, coming back through center one more time, reach up, press up. As you exhale, release the hands and gently shake it down. Beautiful. Let's come onto hands and knees when you're ready now, finding our tabletop position. So hopefully now you're feeling a little bit more warmth there through the hands, through the wrists. We're going to feel into that a little bit more and start to build a little bit more strength in this area of the body. So as you find your tabletop position, finding the shoulders just about stacked over the wrists, the hips over top of the knees. Clawing down through your fingertips as if you were actually going to dig into your yoga mat here. We're going to press down through the tips of all 10 fingers and think about lifting up through your wrists. So rather than kind of slumping the weight down, think about lifting up, getting light through the wrists. Nice. Now let's find our cat-cow here. So as you inhale, draw the heart forward, lift your chin. As you exhale, start to round your spine, looking back towards your toes. Inhale, lifting your heart. Imagine dragging your hands back towards you. As you exhale, push the mat away as you round your spine. One more like that. Inhale here, dragging the hands back. And exhale to round, really pushing your mat away. Inhale back to a neutral spine. And let's turn the fingertips to point out now. So left fingertips to the left, right fingertips to the right. Same action of clawing down into your mat and lifting up through the wrists. 3 rounds of our cat-cow. Inhale, lifting your heart, lifting your gaze. Exhale, tuck and round. 2 more. Inhale here. And exhale. Final round here. Inhale, pushing down through those fingertips. And exhale. Gorgeous, back to neutral with your inhale. This time, exhale, turn your fingers all the way to point back towards you. So this is going to feel a little bit more intense. You can decrease that intensity by walking your hands closer towards your knees, sitting your hips back. You can increase the intensity by bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. You know what to do. 3 rounds of cat-cow, clawing through those fingertips as you inhale and exhale. Maybe making this movement a little bit smaller as you inhale and exhale. One more, breathe with it. Inhale here. And exhale. Now as you inhale, coming back to neutral, this time as you exhale, slowly shift your weight back, peeling your hands away from the mat, taking your time, and then replacing your hands so that the backs of your hands are on the mat. Fingers are pointing in towards one another. Pushing down through the fingernails now, recenter yourself. And let's take an inhale into our cow pose. And exhale into cat. 2 more rounds here. Inhale. And exhale. Feeling that stretch for the backs of the hands, backs of the wrists as you inhale here. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhaling back to your neutral spine. Slowly replacing your hands, palms down, fingers pointing forward. Notice how you feel there. And then let's feel that sensation once again of clawing the fingertips down into the mat. And then see if you can lift your palms up away from the floor, maybe shifting your hips back to help you. So coming on to the tips of those fingers, really pushing up and away, and then gently sliding the palms back down towards the floor. So inhaling up onto the tips of your fingers, lifting through your armpits, and exhaling the palms back down. Again, inhaling to lift up, exhaling to lower down, feeling these kind of push-ups for the fingers here. Please keep that going at your pace. Seeing if you can keep the elbows straight. Feel that lifting through the wrists, lifting through the armpits, and really practicing that pushing down through the fingertips, really using the knuckles of the hands here. Nice. Just a few more. Inhaling up onto the fingertips, down towards the palms. One more inhale to lift up. And exhale to lower down. Now pressing the hands down into the mat, centering your shoulders over your wrists. Let's feel into how to really push our hands into the mat to give us a strong foundation for our arm balances. So we already know we're clawing down through the fingertips. Then start to see if you can push down through the knuckles of your hands. So right there at the base of your fingers, on both hands, we're gonna push down into the mat. So that way we're pushing down through the tips of the fingers, the base of the fingers, and the palm can kind of suction up away from the mat. So we're really trying to take weight out of the wrists and kind of distribute it a little bit more evenly through the fingertips. So try that out here, pushing down through the tops of the fingers, the base of your fingers, suctioning up through the palms. Now start to notice if you're really pushing weight towards the outer pinky edges of your hands. And usually you can tell where the weight is because your hand will start to go kind of white in that area. So if you're pushing weight out, see if instead you can start to bring a little bit more weight in towards the thumbs, towards those L's of your hands, right between the index finger and the thumb. So we're pushing down through the fingertips, through the knuckles, through the L's of the hands, thinking about lifting your palms and your wrists up. Now your upper arms are helping you here. So rather than letting the upper arms kind of go loose and the elbows turn out, we're gonna hug those upper arm bones in, rotating the arms so that the pit of your elbow is pointing straight forward. So we have that lift all the way up through the upper arms, through the armpits. So we really feel that strength down through the hands without dumping down. Cool. So let's feel that pushing down into the hands. And of course, if you need a break for a moment, sit back, roll out the wrist, do what you gotta do. Let's place those palms down, really root down just the way we practiced, pushing down to get that lightness, that lifting up. And then start to step your left foot back behind you. We're coming towards our plank pose, so really take this at your own pace, go nice and slow. Lift through the navel, lift through your armpits, and then step that right foot back to meet your left. You got this. Feel that press through the fingertips, that hugging through the upper arms. Let's take another inhale here. As you exhale, send your hips up and back. Find your downward facing dog. Keeping the hands just as they are, let's inhale, shift forward to that plank once again. Notice how that feels. Exhale, sending the hips back to your downward dog. 3 more times. Inhale forward, shoulders over wrists, weight into the hands. And then exhale, hips back, bringing a little bit more weight towards the feet. 2 more. Inhale, plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Last one. Inhale forward. And exhale back. This time staying there in your downward facing dog. Stepping your feet a little wider than your hips. Letting your knees bend quite a lot here today. Now see if you can push down into your left fingertips and lift your left palm all the way up off the earth. Feel the upper arm hugging in, fingertips pushing down. Take an inhale. Then exhale, gently replace that left palm on the mat. Same thing other side, come up onto those right fingertips, lifting the palm, lengthening through that right arm. Inhale. And exhale to lower. Now if you want, try both hands at once here, lifting onto the fingertips, lifting the palms, hugging the upper arm bones in, lifting those armpits up. Take an inhale. Exhale, gently lower your knees to the mat. Well done. Big toes come together behind you. Start to sit your hips back towards your heels and melt down towards your child's pose. For today, option to sweep your arms back behind you, palms turning to face up towards the sky, backs of your hands resting either on your mat or on your low back. And let's stay for 3 rounds of breath here. Softening the body as you inhale and exhale. Notice how you feel. Inhale And exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Now with your next inhale, slowly begin to bring yourself up to a seated position, bringing your booty all the way down onto the mat and stretching your legs out long in front of you. Coming into our Dandasana, our staff pose. So sitting up nice and tall on your sits bones. Legs are long and active, so feet are flexed, the quads are turned on. And then your hands are going to come to either side of your hips here. So once again, we're going to feel that sensation of really pushing down to lift up. Clawing down through your fingertips, lifting through the palms, feeling the arms hug in. Now, if you'd like, this is a really great place to bring your blocks into your practice so you can really feel that push up and away from the floor. So I'm going to step off to the side for the now, but I'll come back to them in just a moment. Hands by your sides, pushing down, feeling the elbows, the shoulders pull back, feeling as if you're pushing so much you could almost lift yourself all the way up off of your mat. Fingertips push down, knuckles push down. Take another inhale, feel that push, push, push. And exhale, release, relax, roll the wrists, shake the arms, let it go. Beautiful. Now we're going to try that one more time, this time with the option to actually lift your hips up off the floor. We're going to do this with our legs crossed rather than legs extended because it makes it just a little bit easier when things are kind of compact. So for this one, I am going to grab my blocks. You have the option to do so as well, or of course, hands can stay down on the mat. So same as we just did, hands are going to be right beside your hips. If you are using your blocks, I encourage you to keep your thumb off to the side. So really pushing down through your fingertips, through those knuckles, that base of the fingers. Hug the elbows back, arms in towards your sides. Now push down, start to feel that lightness, lifting through the palms, the wrists, the armpits. And then maybe as you push down, you can start to lift your hips up. So noticing that sensation of pushing down, starting to support your weight. Notice how the shoulders move. Notice how the core hugs in to help you lift up. Maybe hover for a few moments and then let yourself lower down, roll out the wrists if that feels nice. Now you're free to explore this a couple times today if you'd like. Pressing down with or without your blocks, pushing down, lifting the hips up, taking a few moments here, and then lowering down once again. Beautiful. Let's try that just a couple more times, making sure you take some breaks here. So again, we're feeling how it's this whole chain of events going on in the body. It's not just isolated into the hands and wrists, but as we push up, we're feeling it down in the hands, we're feeling it through the arms, up into the shoulders, into the upper back. All of it is connected and working together for you. So let's do maybe one more little lift here. Notice how that feels. And then bring yourself down, shake it out, let it go. Beautiful job. Find yourself into a comfortable seated position once again if you're not already there. Let's do one last little stretch here for the wrists before we finish out today. So let's start with that right hand. You're going to turn your palm to face you. Left hand will gently grab your pinky finger. As you inhale, extend your arm out and reach your fingers down, gently pulling on that pinky. As you exhale, bring your hand back towards you. Hold on to your ring finger now as you inhale, extend the arm, reach the fingers down. And exhale, reset. Holding on to that middle finger as you inhale, reach out, stretching down. Exhale, bring it back. Switching to that index finger for your next inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Release that left arm by your side. Bring that right hand now to face up as if you're like holding a tray of tea or something like that. Spread your fingers out as wide as you can, so stretching the fingers apart. And then curl your fingers in towards your palm. Thumb comes on top and squeeze into a fist. So again, spreading the fingers out really wide and then curling into a fist. Let's do that a couple more times. Spread wide as you inhale and curl in as you exhale. Let's say one more. Inhale, spread. Exhale, curling into a fist. This time we're going to keep our hand in a fist and roll out through that right wrist. Beautiful. Let's take a breath in here. And breath out. Release the fist, shake out that hand. And let's try the other side. So this time, left palm facing you. Right hand is going to find the pinky finger. As you inhale, start to extend your arm out. Gently pull that pinky finger down. And exhale, come back through center. Switching to that ring finger, inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, going to that middle finger as you inhale to stretch. And exhale, bring it back in. Last one with the index finger, inhale. And exhale. Relaxing the right arm, turn your left palm to the sky. Let's spread the fingers wide as you can. And then curl your fingers in towards your palm, squeeze into a really tight fist, keeping the wrist long. Then inhale, spread the fingers out wide, reach, reach, reach. As you exhale, curl and squeeze into that fist. Let's do two more. Inhale to open. Exhale, curl in. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl into a fist. And this time, let's take some rotations through that left wrist. So these are all really simple stretches, really simple exercises that you can throw into any yoga practice. You can do it while you're sitting at your desk, while you're just going throughout your day, if you just want a little stretch or even a little strength for the hands and wrists here. When you're ready, release that fist, shake it out a little bit, let it go. Beautiful. Both arms reach up now. Let's take a big breath in, reaching for the sky. Hands come down through heart center as you breathe out. Closing your eyes or softening your gaze, let's take a moment together here. Noticing how you feel in your body, in your mind, in your heart. And giving yourself just another moment of pause here to really thank yourself for showing up to this practice, for taking this time to connect with your body and with your breath. And all together, let's take another big breath in through the nose and sigh it out. I thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. Namaste. Be well.